Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. In case we haven't met yet, go and put hashtag pajama in the comments below. Today, I am thinking out loud a little bit. I'm trying to work on my own projects while I'm really tied up in other people's projects between now and the end of the year. Fortunately, I also have my own big project that's launching in January. It's a women's summit. And so in addition to working on other people's projects, I need to remember to carve out time every single day to spend at least some time and energy working on my big project. And sometimes at the end of the day, when I'm really, really tired and it's been a long, draining project for other people, it's hard to make that time for myself. So maybe what I'm going to have to do is start carving out a little bit of time every morning before I go work on other people's projects to work on my project, because I'm sharper in the morning anyway. I'll figure it out. I don't have the answer yet. I'm thinking out loud, but I will come up with a way and a strategy to make that happen, because I'm not letting go of my project just because I'm working with people on their projects. It's got to be kind of a balance. As I'm thinking out loud about my project, I want to just bat out a couple of ideas. One, as far as a theme goes for this Women's Summit, I am personally attracted to a nature theme, something in nature. And I'm thinking it's going to not just be one summit. So I'm trying to figure out how can I tie in a nature theme to each of these summits. And I'm sure I can do it. I'll just let my subconscious work on that for a few days. But that's what I'm overarchingly thinking. I mean, we could do a girly theme, but let's be honest, I'm not a very girly girl, so it's a stretch for me. I also don't think that women business owners are necessarily girl bosses or lady boss girls or whatever. I hate that. I get lady boss. I love Kaylin Poulin, don't get me wrong. In the health industry, I love her. But she's a very different character and a very different person than I am. And so I'm thinking nature. And so I'll work on nature and how that ties into the various themes for the next few summits, because it was going to be one summit and now it's already up to probably 4 for sure. So I want to have an overarching umbrella theme, which I think will be nature. You know, and again, it could be movies, it could be flowers, it could be colors, it could be whatever. But I think nature's a lot more attractive, at least to me. So that I think is going to be the theme. Now, as far as a subcategory type theme and like strategy or hook for this first summit, somebody challenged me to get 5,000 visitors, 5,000 people to a brand new website for free. Now, I think that's a really interesting hook, but I think it might be, I mean, it hooked me. It's got me working on it, which again, with all my other projects, I'm working on it really, really slowly. I haven't even been doing one thing a day for it. And even the 5 things that I teach people to do right off the bat to get people coming to them for free and, you know, beating a path to their door, begging them to do business with them. I'm not even doing my own 5 things every day. I'm forgetting. All I would have to do is add it as a call to action to each one of the videos I do, because I'm already publishing. And that's one of the 5 things I teach people. Get out there, publish, get your voice out there in some way, shape, or form, and then share your call to action in every one of those. Well, this is my 3rd video or 4th video today. It's my 4th video today, and I have not shared it at all because I've got a bunch of other things I'm thinking about, and I'm not thinking about my own project. So I think it's a great challenge. I think it's a great hook. But it doesn't cover the whole topic of the first summit. The first summit is all about customers. So that speaks to how do you get customers? How would you go about getting maybe 1,000 or maybe 500 customers to your business in a month if you had to, you know, if you didn't have any money and all of a sudden you had to get 500 or 1,000. I guess I'd love some feedback on what that number, what seems like a good number, a stretch goal, but not an unrealistic goal. Like 5,000 is a lot for a lot of our businesses and for a lot of women business owners and for a lot of even big businesses, thinking that you're going to get 5,000 people attracted to you and your offer or your web page or whatever it is you're attracting them to in a month. That's a big stretch for the vast majority of the population. So what would that number be? Should it be 500? Should it be 1,000? Should it be 1,500? Should it be 1,700? Should it be, 799? I don't know. Maybe I'll have to ask that as a question in the group and say, okay, if you could get X number of people attracted to your business, what number would make you feel awesome? And for some people, it'd just be 2. If I want a new coaching client, I just want 1 or 2 a month. I don't want 5,000 because I don't want to build that big an organization. So it depends on your business and what you're growing and what your goals and objectives and strategy is, what that number is. And maybe a number isn't even important. Maybe you just want a handful of your ideal clients that you can start working with. If you're a corporate consultant, you probably don't want 20 customers. That's a lot of work. I think the most I can handle is about 3 to 5 of the consultant type clients a month. That's a lot because they're demanding and they're high energy required. And so depending on your business and what you've got set up and what you've got for support, that will determine how many you want. So it's more than just attracting new people to you. It's about what do you do with them when you got them, the customer experience. How do you keep them? How do you create lifelong customers? So I'm trying to think of what is a question or idea or a hook that all of the speakers could talk about on the summit that would be a little bit consistent across the board, because I hate those summits where it's, all over the board topics and you don't even know which ones to listen to because they're so diverse in the interests. So this one's all about customers, but even in the category of all about customers, there's a whole bunch of different tracks or topics that we need to talk about, and we'll have different speakers for each. But what are the questions that I ask them in the interview that make everybody who's talking about attracting new customers? That one I can probably do. That one's pretty easy. So all the attracting new customer strategy people and systems, those I can ask the same question. But the people that are about building relationships and retaining customers and communicating with customers, what is the right set of questions to ask them about what they do and what their goals and objectives are? And then creating lifelong customers, because that is really the ultimate goal. That is the holy grail of our businesses, is having customers and raving fans and people that just love and adore us. And no matter what we offer them, they want to be a part of it. That is, or should be, everybody's really overriding objective and goal in creating their businesses. And maybe I shouldn't say that because that's mine, but maybe that isn't their goal. Maybe somebody just has an e-com business and all they want to do is sell a lot of cards, or maybe all they want to do is sell a lot of lip gloss. And then they don't care if they have lifelong customers. But I will say lifelong customers are important even to things like cosmetics. I wear the same eyeliner that I've been wearing since I was 15 years old. You guys, I'm 58. What's 58 minus 15? 43 years? I have been wearing the same eyeliner for 43 years. That's just scary. But how much money have I spent with that? It's Maybelline, actually. How much money have I spent with Maybelline? I better take that back. It might not be Maybelline. It might be Revlon. I've got it in my bathroom, but I can't remember. I think it's Revlon. It doesn't matter. My point is, over 43 years, I got to believe I'm one of their ideal customers, because how many other people have been using their eyeliner for 43 years? I bet not very many, right? And so what is the value of me as a customer versus somebody that's just new coming in and only going to try it one time, and then they decide, oh, I don't like it. It's too hard to draw a straight line with my shaky arms or my shaky fingers or my shaky hand or something. Whatever. My point is, lifelong value of a customer applies to absolutely everything. Someday I'll tell you my car story, because I bought the same make of car. I have had a couple different makes of cars, but for the most part, the majority of the cars that I've purchased in my lifetime, and again, I'm 58 years old, been driving since I was 16, so that is 42 years. So I've had a lot of vehicles in my life. And because of an incident and the way it was handled, and it was a ridiculously silly incident by an automaker involving my key fob, I will never, ever buy that make of car or that model of car again. I will never, ever buy a car from that car manufacturer again. And they were my favorite car manufacturer for the better part of 42 years. Now, I'm old, so how many more cars am I going to have? So they might think, she's old, we pissed her off, it's no big deal, because she's only going to buy a couple more cars. So the lifelong continued value of her buying cars from us is only, maybe it's only $100,000, because I'd only buy 2 more cars from them, or 3 more cars from them. Cars are expensive now. It's probably closer to $200,000 if I bought 3 or 4 cars from them in the rest of my life. But I'm never going to buy a car from them again. So they have the lost opportunity of me never buying another car from them. So that's at least, let's say, a couple $100,000. Now, I've already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not $1 million or more, with that manufacturer. And so what is the lifelong value of a customer? It's huge. Even in businesses like restaurants, the average lifetime value of a customer just in the restaurant industry is $6,000. So what are you willing to do to get and keep that customer and make them happy and make them love your place and want to come back more and more and more? Well, I'm not in the restaurant business anymore, but when I was, we did a lot to keep our customers happy and make sure that they felt like they were a part of our family, of our restaurants and bars, because we knew the lifetime value of them. And number one, we love people too, so it was pretty easy, but that's important. And so how do we tie all of those different things together under one umbrella, one theme? And then what do I ask each of the people that are participating in the summit with respect to those different areas to make sure I can get the most value for the listeners out of this particular event? So that's it. That's what I'm thinking out loud about today. I've rambled enough, I think. I've got a busy 3 weeks. I've just got to get projects done and finish off the year strong. So go out and make it a fantastic day. And I will be rambling at you tomorrow. Not sure what it's going to be about yet. I never really know till I start talking. And that's okay, because that's what this particular segment is about. This segment is about me sharing what I'm learning as I transition from the brick and mortar offline world of business to the online world of business. And how I help other businesses to add an online component to their business. Because I still believe that the vast majority of business will continue to happen off of the internet. Unlike a lot of my internet peers who think that the internet is the whole world, I know for a fact that there's a whole lot of world that has to go on that doesn't involve the internet. But I also know the power of having the internet be a component of every business on the planet. It's just gotta be. All right, I will catch y'all tomorrow. Have a fabulous day. Bye. Jam Grandma out.